everybody! So Meg Smith here with Toxin Free Life. This is take 2 of the water session of the Brown Bag Lunch series on detoxing your life. So I wanted to re-air just because last week I was sideways, so hopefully I'm not giving anyone vertigo out there. So a little bit about Toxin Free Life. It's a hub, a website, toxinfreelife.com. You can go there to learn about various ways to detox your body and your home. I am a certified detox coach for the body, and I also am incorporating all the things I do at home to detox the environment, because obviously that helps if you're mitigating your exposure to toxins. So this is the water session, and on Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time will be the toxin-free body care. And then we're taking a week off the next week while I go to a Whole Food Nutrition Conference. And then on the 27th, I'm going to return. It's also a Thursday at 1 with Toxin Free Kitchen. We're going to talk about all the different things that you could have in your kitchen that are less toxic than the conventional equipment that we used to use. And then on the 3rd of November is Toxin Free Medicine Cabinet. On the 10th is Toxin Free Air. And on the 17th is Toxin Free Holidays. So how to get through the holidays without totally messing up all the good work you do all year to keep yourself healthy. So Toxin Free Life, I'm very proud of it. Please share it. My voice is not loud enough by itself to get the word out to all the people that you and I care about. So please share the information. And I'm looking to grow this organization. So if you're interested in partnering with me, please let me know. Send me a private message or comment, and I'll get in touch. So today's session is all about water, but I do have a little fun activity at the very end, which is a good preview for the toxin-free body care session on Thursday. So stay tuned till the end and you'll get to see that activity. I also have a guest with me, Bernice Escorpizo. So she's going to help me do a demo at the end of the session here. And we'll show you all about how to use different pH waters to do DIY cleaning and that sort of thing. So a little bit about our water sources. That's why we're talking about this today. So contamination of our water sources is becoming an all too familiar story. The Environmental Working Group, Environmental Protection Agency, and major news outlets all have stories about this. You can simply Google it and find information about contamination in the water supply, and you're probably usually wondering, how is this affecting me and the water that I'm drinking and bathing in at home? Well, it is affecting you, so let's not pretend like it's not happening. But the good news is there's an easy way to take control of this, and that's just purify your own water. So there's various systems out there. If you go to toxinfreelife.com, services, water purification, you'll see the machines and the systems that are Toxin Free Life approved. They all use a similar technology to ionize the water, which removes toxins without taking out beneficial minerals and without using chemicals. And it removes things that are added to the water too. So it's important to just take control and evaluate these systems. But if you want to partner with me and learn and use the resources that I've already studied and researched, let me know. So some more statistics about water. Since 2004, testing by water utilities has found pollutants in the tap water that we drink, according to an Environmental Working Group drinking water quality analysis of almost 20 million records obtained from state water officials. More than half of the chemicals detected are not subject to health or safety regulations and can be legally present in any amount. The federal government does have health guidelines for others, but 49 of these contaminants have been found in one place or another at levels above those guidelines, polluting the tap water for 53.6 million Americans. The government has not set a single new drinking water standard since 2001, so I think it's time to set our own standards. Water utilities spend 19 times more on water treatment chemicals every year than the federal government invests in protecting lakes and rivers from pollution in the first place. So a lot of this information is available at the Environmental Working Group website. That's where I often reference healthy alternatives and statistics. So a lot of you may be thinking that bottled water is the right answer to avoid toxins in tap water, but that is not necessarily true because both bottled and tap water have different agencies that regulate them, and they have different missions. So the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency oversees the quality of water that comes from your tap, while the FDA is responsible for ensuring the safety and truthful labeling of bottled water sold nationally. States are responsible for regulating water that is both packaged and sold within its borders, which is most of the bottled water market, but 1 in 5 states doesn't even bother, according to the Environmental Working Group. It's important to note that the federal government does not require bottled water to be safer than tap. In fact, just the opposite is true. Tap water in most big cities must be disinfected, filtered to remove pathogens, and tested, but bottled water does not have to be. Both kinds of water are tested regularly for bacteria and most synthetic organic chemicals, but city tap is typically assessed much more frequently. For example, bottled water plants must test for bacteria just once a week, whereas city tap needs to be tested 100 or more times a month. That is a huge difference. So I would recommend, again, getting a purification system into your home so that you're in control of the water that you're taking in. And I'm sure you've seen that statistic about body care, and we'll talk about this more on Thursday, but the statistic that I'm thinking of is that it only takes 26 seconds for chemicals in your body care to get into your body through your skin. So purifying the water that you're bathing in and showering in is also important. There are some whole home systems available on Toxin Free Life. You can read about them in the shop section or the services and the water purification section. They're available for both city and well water, and they're basically a point of entry system in the home. And they purify the water using ionization. At our home, we also have the Kangen machine, and we're going to do a little demo of that in a moment. And a little bit about that, the best combination is not only to have a whole home water purification system, but also a machine that can adjust the pH of the water. And this allows you to be more environmentally friendly, because with that pH range of waters, you can use a certain pH to disinfect and a certain pH to break down grease and oils and pesticides on your produce. So we're going to do some demonstrations here that show you the importance of not only having that range of pH waters to clean with, but also to use on your skin and internally. So I'm going to welcome Bernice to the stage.
Hello. Hi, Meg.
Hi.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah. So we're going to get started now with a demo. I'll kind of turn it over to Bernice, who will talk a little bit about the Kangen machine.
Okay. Well, I got introduced to Kangen water about 9 years ago. And, you know, our tagline is change your water, change your life. And it's certainly done that for me. I had some inflammation issues from being a massage therapist, so really helped with like some carpal tunnel issues that I was having. And what I found, you know, like as you'll see here in the demonstration, how easy it is to really change your water, but really see how a lot of these are not only expensive, but like you said, you know, are not healthy for you acidity-wise and oxidation-wise, and also, you know, the plastics have a lot of carcinogens in them, so it's just leaching into the water that we're drinking. So what we're going to go over today is the oxidation, you know, and the acidity, which is really important. We have some tools to show you that. So I think we should start with just pouring some of these waters.
So we have a lot of everyday beverages. So as you can see, this is Sprite.
Hopefully this isn't every day, but
yeah, the vodka. And then we've got vitamin water. And Propel. And then a couple bottled waters, Dasani and Aquafina.
And these are Coca-Cola and Pepsi products. Okay, so what we're going to do first is test the oxidation reduction potential. So I'll explain this just a little bit. I probably should get in here. So here's a chart, and I don't know if you guys could see it, or it's probably backwards, but when you have the Kangen water, it's on the negative side. And then anything like bottled tap water, sports drinks, and sodas, it's all on the positive side. So what that really means is that it's either rusting you or giving you antioxidants. So the best way that I can give an analogy is like think of raw fruits and vegetables. When you have those raw fruits and vegetables, they have a lot of electrons in there, or it's living, right? Mm-hmm. And then once you cook it, you're going to deplete all the living essentials of it. So that's why we want to have more of a raw food diet. Same thing as with our water. And like Meg mentioned before, are the minerals being depleted or are they being kept in there? So this is an ORP meter. And okay, so let's see here for Sprite. Okay, this is on the positive side. Oh, it's kind of backwards, but okay, it's like 740. Okay, so really high in oxidation. Let me just clean that off. Then we have our vitamin water. Okay, so it's going down a little bit, like 682. Okay, so think of the rusting process. Okay, Propel. Okay, went down a little bit to 415. Or it's going down actually 390s. Okay, and then we have Dasani. So this is actually going up. So like 460. Okay, so pretty oxidizing. Then we have our Aquafina. Okay, positive 460, going to 470. Okay, and then we have our vodka. So it's actually going down to like about 200. And then we have our Kangen water. And you'll see how it automatically jumped to about 790. Okay, like close to negative 800. So it's kind of like golf, if you think about it. The lower the number, the better it is for you. Now, the reason why we don't bottle and sell this water, because I get a lot of those questions, is because of this. And it's kind of like cutting an apple or an avocado in half. Mm-hmm. Once it's exposed to light and air, it's going to slowly start turning positive. So that's the same thing with the water. That negative number will slowly start turning positive. Mm-hmm. So that's why you want to have it machine to mouth so that you get the most benefit from it. And that's really why our water is considered medicinal in Japan. They've been using it in hospitals for the last 42 years, and it's because of these properties, and you want to have it right at hand instead of having it on the shelf for God knows how long, mm-hmm. By the time you open it. So now what we're going to go through is the pH. So this is the second part of how this water can help, because with oxidative stress and overacidity, that is the combination of how people are getting sick or not getting better. So
this is a little pH chart just to remind us. This is just a regular pH test, and the more acidic one of these beverages is, they'll be in this color range, and the more alkaline they'll be in this color range.
Okay, so this is our Sprite, and if we put about 5 in each one.
So you can see that one is very acidic.
That's it. He's like right by the mean face.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so
It's
good.
the sad face, the angry face.
Okay, and then we have our vitamin water. Okay, so same thing.
Yeah, also very acidic.
And our Propel. So I used to work out with Propel, and if you look at the Sprite next to it, it's kind of the same, so it's like kind of just work out with Sprite.
Yeah. Don't do that.
And don't do that. Absolutely not. So this is Dasani. Okay, and you can see it's on the 6 side as well. So On the bottle here, you can't really see it now, but it says purified by reverse osmosis. So what it's doing with the RO water and distilled water, it's taking all those minerals out that are essential for us. So when we're taking all these acidic drinks and foods, this is the Aquafina, our body is going to keep our pH at 7.365, but it's going to do that by taking minerals from our bones and our muscles and our organs in order to keep that pH buffered. So the more we can stay away from acidic drinks, the less our body has to work, right? Okay, and this is the vodka, so you can see it's on the acidic side, which we know and expect. And then this is the Kangen water.
So now we're down to the purple.
So way on the healthy side, right?
Or up.
Yeah. So if you look at how Kangen water can help you, so let's say this is, the acid in your body, and if you want to hold the white sheet, this is the vodka. So once you start drinking Kangen water, you can really change your water inside of you. Okay, now your body doesn't have to pull minerals from your bones and your muscles and your organs. And that's why a lot of people, when they start drinking Kangen water, they find they have a lot more energy because your body's not working as hard. Okay, and this is the Propel.
It's not working.
So you can see it's very, very acidic. Okay, the vitamin water.
So it's really hard to recover from these beverages because, as you can see, even when you add the higher pH Kangen, it's not changing the pH of those waters or beverages.
Yeah. So if we have just a little bit of soda and we put it in the Dasani, now we're back to acid.
And not to mention all the other stuff in those beverages, it's not that good for you anyway. So the sugar and sweeteners and things that they add, just stick with water and make sure that it's a pure water that can benefit your body, not detract from your health.
Okay, and this is Propel. So if we take a look here, remember the Smirnoff, we were able to change. If we put the pure Kangen water in there, it's just too acidic, so it doesn't do it anymore. So that's why it's really, it's just not worth it at all. All right, so
that's the water that you can take internally to, benefit your health and help you recover from the acidity in your diet. But the machine also has a different range of pHs. So one of those is a cleanser, a natural disinfectant, and it's a 2.5 pH, and it's non-corrosive, so you can touch it, use it as a hand sanitizer, that kind of stuff. And in the body care brown bag lunch Thursday, I'll be going over how to use the 2.5 as a sanitizer and making that product for you. And then mid-range, about 6.0 is a very good pH for your skin. So this actually helped me with one of my kids' eczema, so just misting it on. You can also use it as a face toner. We'll be making one of those in Thursday's session. And then I also use it to water the plants. So you can see the tower gardens through the windows. So I use it in the tower gardens and my house plants because that's the pH range that a plant wants to be in. So it helps me with my produce. And also then I know the water is very pure that's going into the tower garden. So when we're eating that, I'm not worried about anything coming through the water to the plant and then into our bodies. And then the 11.5 pH is one of my favorite pHs from this machine because it does something really unique. It breaks down oils, and Bernice is going to show you a demonstration of that. But what I like to use it for is to clean produce, to clean the oil-based pesticides off of the produce, because your tap water, as we will show you, doesn't have a pH that's high enough to do that. So it's not really doing anything. It'll wash dirt off, but it's not going to take off those oil-based pesticides, which they make oil-based so that they're not, washing off the plant in the rain, and so they stay on the plant. while it's out in the field. So whether you're buying organic or conventional, there are still pesticides in both of those growing processes, and you don't want to ingest them, you want to wash them off. So without further ado, here's that experiment.
Okay. So these happen to be conventional. I didn't have time to go to Whole Foods this morning, but put some here.
And I've actually got a photo of my organic produce in this process, and the end result is the exact same thing you're going to see here. So don't think you're, escaping the pesticides still on the produce when you're buying organic.
And I just learned this. I thought it was interesting with the organics. It's really just non-synthetic pesticides that they're using.
Right.
So.
And they're, supposedly they're researching them and they're not bad for us. But the thing that is really important about organic versus conventional is the quality of the soil. So the quality of the soil is broken down with conventional pesticides, and that basically limits the nutritional value of the plant because it's not growing in really healthy soil to get all of those minerals, etc., into the plant to produce the healthy produce for you to eat. So you're getting healthier produce for you if you buy organic, but you still need to wash it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this one is labeled tap, so Meg, if you could just fill that with tap water. This is 11.5, and we keep it in a dark container so that it doesn't get exposed to light and air as easily. So what I'm going to show you is how it's able to break down those oils. And we're going to use some toasted sesame oil, and it's dark so that you can see it. Okay, so we learned in school that oil and water, they don't mix. So Meg is filling it with tap water, and you can see how it's
The
separating.
separation.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe hold it from up here. Okay. All right, so we have our 11.5, and you can see how it emulsified. It's always so amazing to me.
Yeah. So here's the tap water. It's not affecting the oil, it's not breaking it down, not mixing with it to wash it off of your produce. Here's the 11.5 pH water. And it's also pure water, so you know that you're not adding more chemicals to your produce
like the
when
veggie
you wash
washes,
it.
you're just adding more soap to it.
Yeah.
So this is really good. You can imagine using it on your stove or any like greasy messes that you have. So this will replace like 409 or any kind of cleaner like that, whether it's natural or not. So
yeah, and you have to be very careful with these, 409 she mentioned, these household cleaners, because they are really hazardous for the environment and for your health. So you can Google the material safety data sheets for any of those household cleaners, and it'll show you that you should be, disposing of it under a hazmat protocol, basically. So
or wear the gloves.
Yeah, just be careful.
Goggles.
Get away from those. Whatever method you're using. I like to use the various pHs from the Kangen machine and mix it with essential oils to have whatever cleaning product I need, and we don't need to buy any of that stuff anymore. Remember, it disinfects. It has been proven to kill MRSA, E. coli, all the scary stuff within 2.5 seconds of exposure to the 2.5 water. So it's very safe. But anyway, back to the 11.5, which is breaking down the oil.
All right, so this is the tap water.
So you can see it looks pretty clear, which means it didn't do much. It looks just like it did when it came out of the faucet.
Yeah. All right, and now we have our 11.5.
Whoa.
Yee.
What's that?
Pesticides!
So if you're cleaning your produce in the 11.5, you can see it takes off a lot more of the pesticides.
And this is why.
Because it breaks down the
Yep.
oil.
So a lot of people, like in our live demonstrations, we do taste testing. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, the tomatoes actually taste sweet,
They
it's
do.
good. So moms and dads out there, if you're wondering why your kids do not like vegetables, it's probably because they're tasting the pesticides. And, it's we do such a good job of trying to eat well, you know, so this is just another reassuring step of how we can really, you know, take everything off of that and get the benefits of the fruits and vegetables.
Yep. Yeah, and it does taste a lot different. I've done the taste test and it's amazing. So, and you also can taste the chalky residue on the tap water washed produce because it's still on there. I never really knew that's what it was, but you can totally feel it once you've tasted both and you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bernice.
My pleasure.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. And now we're going to do our little teaser for the body care session on Thursday, and that is making our own deodorant. So this recipe, one of the products that I offer on the Toxin Free Life website is doTERRA, and this recipe that I borrowed from them is to make your own deodorant. One of the reasons you want to do that is conventional deodorant really has a lot of scary ingredients, including aluminum, which when absorbed into your body has been linked now to breast cancer. So it's a good reason to get away from that product. I've tried the store-bought ones and not had a lot of success. Got a little stinky. So this product, making it myself, has resulted in no change in body odor or anything. So very, very comfortable wearing it. So anyway, let's get down to the recipe. So basically you're going to take, I'm making a double batch, so I've got a half cup of aluminum-free baking soda and a half cup of organic cornstarch mixed in here. And then I'm going to add to that 10 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're going to mix that up and then add some essential oil as well. And the essential oil, you could use whatever combination you want, but I really like to use the Purify blend by doTERRA because it is meant to do exactly what we want deodorant to do, which is to deodorize. So it's an exclusive combination of essential oils that purify and eradicate odors in a natural, safe way. You can use it around the house too for various purposes, but I like to use it in the deodorant. It can replace foul odors quickly and be an effective cleaner throughout the home. It contains lemon peel, lime peel, Siberian fir needle, Austrian fir needle, pine needle, citronella grass, melaleuca leaf, cilantro herb, and that's the recipe. So you're going to add about 30 drops of this to your recipe. So just drop them in there. I'm counting. And you can find the organic cornstarch. You could also use arrowroot powder in place of the cornstarch. So you can find these products on the Toxin Free Life Amazon store. So if you go to toxinfreelife.com in the shop menu, you'll see them there. And this is the jar that I use. You can also use deodorant containers, which are plastic. I prefer the jar just because it's glass, and I haven't been able to find glass deodorant containers. But you can find both the plastic deodorant containers that are reusable or this glass jar on the website on the Amazon store as well. So just go to toxinfreelife.com, shop, and then click on the Amazon store. And it's a custom Amazon store. There's lots of stuff in there beyond just you know, these products. Lots of housewares, things that are just not made with all the toxic ingredients that we're used to. Alright, so I'm just going to continue mixing that up, and then I'll put it in my jar, and I'll use my little spoon and just put it on every morning. So we're going to go over more things like that, easy DIY body care recipes on Thursday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. As always, this is a live stream, but you can watch it later. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you Thursday. Eat clean, live clean. Bye.